There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. All the love of God was at hand. Now I can say if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, just gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Yeah,
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I'll see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I'll see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
let me hear you, come on.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I'll see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Colorado Springs. My name is Reverend Sally Bartholomew, and I want to welcome you to our inclusive and welcoming, welcome, inclusive, meaning that all paths to God, however you get up to the top of the mountain, you are welcome here. They are all inclusive. So I have a question. Anyone new here for the first time today? If so, could you raise your hand? I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces. I didn't say old. Did you catch that today? I didn't say old. All right. So I am happy to see a lot of familiar faces this morning. And I want to encourage everyone to stand up and greet each other with a hello.
over the mountains, I send my love. Over the sea, I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains, I send my love over the sea, I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains, I send my joy over the sea, I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains, I send my power over the sea, I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send peace over the mountains, I send my peace over the sea, I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains, I send my love over the sea, I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am that I am. Oh, I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am that I am. Ooh, I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I
Words of inspiration come first from Ralph Waldo Emerson. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. And from Charles Fillmore, God is in the midst of me, and God believes in me. There is but one mind, and we are each a manifestation of that mind, the mind of God, the divine. And from our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, one of the greatest difficulties in the new order of thought is that we are likely to indulge in too much theory and too little practice.
As a matter of fact, we only know as much as we can prove by actual demonstration. That which we cannot prove may or may not be true, but that which we can prove certainly must be and is the truth. Pray with me. Oh, as we take the time this morning to breathe in that beautiful breath of God, knowing that it grounds us, it allows us to be totally present to where we are right here, right now, and in this moment. And in this moment, I recognize God, the divine power, the presence, the allness of life, known by many names, spirit, the thing itself, love. It's all good and it's all God. For I know truly there is no spot where God is not. And it is in this goodness of God that I know each and every one of us here in the sanctuary, at home, and throughout the world are beautiful, unique expressions of God. As we express God in form as only we can do. So as we step into service this morning, I ask that we're all aware of all that is taking place all around us. And I hold all those up who are going through any kind of grief, and all those many beautiful people in California whose lives feel like they're being turned upside down right now. And we know it's an opening for a new beginning. So as we hold them in our thoughts and our minds and our prayers, for the serenity and the ease and the peace that each and everyone is seeking in this moment, including those of us in the sanctuary. And I give special thanks today for our beautiful musicians as they bring the harmony and the voice of God to us, awakening us to the beauty of who we are. I give thanks for the production team, for hospitality, for our ushers, and those with our children. I give thanks for our practitioners as they hold the consciousness of not only this community, but all of life. And I know for Reverend Sally right here and right now today, as she allows herself to be that expression of God, that expression that awakens and aligns us with the truth. I know that each and every one of us came here to hear something, and we walk away with that answer. I give thanks to many volunteers. I give thanks to our minister support team for all they do to prepare Reverend Sally to be up here today. And so with a heart full of gratitude, I release these words into the ever active law of mind, knowing they are already so. And we ground this by saying together, and so it is. Amen.
Do you hear the calling, the starlit path ahead? I would rather go there willingly than drag the feet of dread. And of all the things worth holding, there is little that I need. I'll take the love I've carried, the rest I cannot keep. I don't want to live in fear of changing. I just want to let go. I can feel the past is breaking and futures I don't know. And I think I'm getting better, and I'm better every day. I don't want to live in fear of changing. I don't want to be afraid. Do you you hear them asking? There's a river in your mind. I would rather fully listen, give my words the time, and of all the words worth saying, there is little left to speak, but the sound of your laughter, I will carry that with me. I don't want to live in fear of changing. I just want to let go. I can feel the past is breaking to the futures I don't know. And I think I'm getting better, and I'm better every day. I don't want to live in fear of changing. Don't want to live in fear of changing. Don't want to live in fear of changing. I don't want to be afraid.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't want to be afraid of changing. Yeah, that's a big statement right there. Thank you. Thank you to our CSLCS band. Everybody give them some love. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to our musician Susan, to the production team in the back there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me get myself organized here. I am making space for this talk to come through today. All right. So I want to start actually with two announcements. One I know you heard during the announcements, and the other announcement is to say that we did, as a congregation, as our membership, approve the land sale. So, woo-woo! And the second announcement is about the celebration of life that's happening this Wednesday, January 15th, starting at 2 p.m. It will be in celebration of Audrey and Al Dyck, long-term members of the Center for Spiritual Living in Colorado Springs. So we invite you to come and remember and honor them with us here in the sanctuary. And there will be a reception after the service as well. All right, so this week we are making space for it as we move into chapter 2 in the Science of Mind textbook. And chapter 2 is the way it works. And we'll get to explore some practical ways that we can clear this mental and emotional clutter that we live with and create room for possibilities to emerge. We embrace the power of mindfulness. Now, what's mindfulness? Mindfulness is really just paying undistracted attention to whatever your focus is. Be attention to what your focus is. Pay attention to that. Because if it's positive or negative, that's what you're giving your attention to. And we're going to explore some intentional living to cultivate this fertile ground for growth and transformation. So we do have an affirmation for this week. I embrace divine guidance and the profound peace that it brings. Let's say that together. I embrace divine guidance and the profound peace that it brings. So I'd like to start with a brief demonstration of what it means. I think I might have of what it means to make space, okay? So let's just take a few breaths together. All right, here comes the demonstration. Ready? I want you to breathe in. Now hold it. Hold it. Hold it. So that exhale is our way of making space for the next breath. Without the exhale, there can be no inhale. So that's my first demonstration for today. Ernest tells us in the beginning of chapter 2 that we have discussed the nature of the thing itself as being universal energy, mind, intelligence, spirit, finding conscious and individualized centers of expression through us. And that a person's intelligence is the universal mind, functioning at that level of the person's concept of it. This, Ernest tells us, is the whole essence of the science of mind teaching. Have you ever interacted with someone who constantly seems to have all the answers? I'm not wanting to call anyone out, myself or anyone else, but if our minds or their minds are so filled with all the answers, then they can't possibly receive any more or any different answers from Spirit or the divine mind. Something to think about. Ernest tells us when we know that this, the thing itself, is what we are, because we could not be anything else, but we don't know how much of it, the thing itself, we are. When we see it, the thing itself, as it is, then we shall see ourselves as we are. We can only see it by looking through our own eyes, our external eyes as well as our internal eyes. Hence, we shall find a better God when we shall have arrived at a higher standard for people, ourselves included. If God is to interpret itself to people, it must interpret itself through people. And the Spirit can make no gift that we do not accept. Anyone want to receive a gift? We limit our own possibilities. We ask for information. That's a true religious scientist. Ask questions. Yes, yes. Nobody wants to receive a gift today. You know what I want?
I accept the gift. I accept the gift. I have accepted the gift.
Thank you. So that's definitely a demonstration of the fact that we may want to accept the gift, and we may need to do something to accept the gift fully. We accepted the idea of the gift, didn't we? But the action it took to get and embrace that gift was something else entirely. So, while it's true that we are influenced by circumstances, and today, as we've mentioned in our prayers so far this morning, there are a lot of external circumstances that are in our awareness. The fires in California, how cold it was this morning getting here, lots of external circumstances. And I'm asking us to understand, to embrace that our true power lies not in controlling all these external conditions, but in mastering our own thoughts and beliefs about those conditions and acting from a place of knowing our own power. So the creative law responds to our habitual thinking, shaping our lived experience according to what's called the sum total of our thoughts. And that's a really good thing, because there are times when I have a thought that if it demonstrated, I'd be saying, take it back, take it back, take it back, delete, delete, delete. No, I don't really want that to happen. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has these experiences. So it's the sum total of our thoughts, beliefs, and opinions that is demonstrated. There isn't a single perfect mantra, thought to hold, or belief to hold on to. Rather, what's really crucial here is for us to be aware of the thoughts that we're having, of the beliefs that we're living by, and to recognize their impact on our reality and the reality of others around us. So understanding this connection, it's key to grasping how the thing itself works through us. Often we, okay, maybe just me, engage with the law reactively, responding to what's going on around us, allowing our beliefs and our thoughts to be shaped by these circumstances that I've been talking about. In this community, certainly, we've had several circumstances that if we responded only reactively according to these circumstances, well, we might not be in a really good space. But when we respond, not react, when we respond from a place of knowing the highest and the greatest good is working itself through this mess, that's a totally different situation. And that's what I'm calling us to within this community. So, acceptance. Ernest tells us that our belief sets the limit of our demonstration. We had a demonstration of that this morning. And it's a demonstration of a principle which in and of itself is without limits. The principle is ready to fill everything because it is infinite. There is no spot where God is not. So it's not a question of its willingness or its ability. It's a question of our own receptivity. We are thinking, willing, knowing, conscious centers of life. That would make a great affirmation. I am a willing, thinking, knowing center, conscious of life. We're surrounded by, immersed in, and there is flowing through us a creative something. Call it what you will. The name is not important. Again, it's the sum total of our thoughts, of our will, of our purpose and belief that creates the tendency of the law that causes it to react to us according to the sum total of those beliefs. So, knowing that the thing can work for us, only through us, we're invited by Ernest to begin to accept today more good than we experienced yesterday, and to know that we shall reap a harvest of fulfilled desires in the process. So consider with me, what if we consciously chose the sum total of our beliefs and thoughts that we hold in mind? What if we could do that rather than reacting to external events? Sometimes, yes, we have to react. But if our tendency is to choose for ourselves, our thoughts and beliefs, we'll go in a totally different direction and on a much smoother ride in the process. So by shifting from a reactive mindset to one of intentionality, we could profoundly transform our lives. Imagine if each of us did this individually and we came together collectively as the Centers for Spiritual Living in Colorado Springs. Woo! Imagine where we could take ourselves and our community in the process. So this shift in awareness, it allows us to align more closely with this creative power within us, leading to a life where we consciously cultivate the experiences and the outcomes that we desire. You know, for a while there on Facebook, there used to be a meme that was going around, and it was a picture of a husband and wife sitting in their kitchen, at their kitchen table, and they're looking out the window at the clothesline of their neighbor. Maybe you remember this one. And the wife she's gossiping. Oh, that woman across the street. Her laundry is always so dirty. And the husband looks and says, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Well, the next morning, they're sitting at that same table, having their breakfast, and the wife looks over, and the laundry is up on the line again, only this time, the laundry is really clean. Do you think it was the neighbor who didn't know how to do her laundry? No, it was the window that got cleaned. So that what they were looking at, the sum total of what they were looking at, showed the clarity that was always there. It just needed a little help. So what I'm telling you this morning, and every single Sunday I will tell you, what I'm telling you, it's not something new. This is not a new truth that we share. But the awareness of this truth That might be new to us. And if it is, bravo. That's why we come here. The law of life, it's always in motion, responding to those thoughts, beliefs, feelings that we impress upon it. We do it. We individualize it. It responds to our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings, whether we're doing this consciously or unconsciously. We get to clean our own windows. So this awareness, this activity, it's not about judging or rejecting parts of ourselves. It really isn't about that. It's about creating a safe, kind space where we can embrace all that moves within us, even those thoughts and emotions that may not align with what we desire or what a good girl would think or say or do. Have you ever been in conflict with someone? I'm sure in this room there are individuals who are currently in conflict with each other. It happens. And yet, those offer us opportunities to ask clarifying questions, to open to the possibilities that one or the other of us may not actually have all the best answers. Maybe collectively we do have all the best answers, but we've got to be willing to ask the questions and share our own viewpoint on the answers. We got to give each other space. So as we give each other space, we provide a deeper understanding and a possibility for transformation. Helps us to engage in this creative process. So the law of life, the law, the activity of God, operates through us constantly, expanding into demonstrations or effects, as they talk about in the Science of Mind textbook, through our living. This law that I'm talking about, the way it works, the law, doesn't think or discern. Its singular purpose is to co-create what is present in our minds and our hearts. It doesn't choose, we do. So whether we entertain thoughts of joy and peace or thoughts of hatred or harm, the law fulfills its purpose. It says yes through the mental and emotional patterns that we hold. Anybody seen the movie Bambi? I know it's an old movie, but I do want to tell you that Thumper was brilliant. Remember what he said? If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Why did he say that? Why did he share that piece of wisdom with us? Because gossip, especially negative gossip, goes out, and what goes out comes back. And so, I invite us, if we can't say something nice, unless it's in a format of being constructive, let's not say anything at all. And as I speak, I hear. Yes? Yes. So, silence, a spiritual practice, offers us a sacred space where we can align more deeply with this creative process that's at work within us. And in this stillness, we become more attuned to the flow of our thoughts, feelings, and we get to allow the law to respond to our highest intentions rather than the reactive ones. So one single thought may not create or destroy an experience. I think I spoke to this earlier this morning, but it's our repetitive thoughts that shape our reality over time. And the good news is we don't need to police every single thought or word. Although it is kind of helpful sometimes to say, delete, 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 delete. I know that would be exhausting. I don't think I could do it. I am so easily distracted about other things. I don't think I could keep my focus there that long. So, the sum total of our thoughts, that's what we're talking about. And it shows up in our emotions. How are we energy in motion? How are we moving through our life? We get to pay attention to that. Our emotions serve as a barometer for our mental state. And when we pay attention to our emotions, whether positive, neutral, or negative, then we can trace them back and help shape our experience. So this week, you are invited to deepen your awareness by engaging in a simple yet powerful practice. This week, take some time each day to sit with this prompt. What I know to be true about myself right now is, write it down, just as it comes to you. Don't filter it. Don't worry about whether you like what you write or not. Simply let it flow. Exhale. And in doing so, you'll allow yourself to see the thoughts that are shaping your experience. If what you uncover in this process feels uplifting and true, bravo. If you notice a pattern of thought that just no longer serves you, recognize it as an opportunity to gently shift it, replace it with one that does align with your highest good. By making space for this kind of awareness, we open ourselves to greater spiritual growth and transformation. So let us go forth with the intention to consciously create from a place of clarity, remember the window, and truth. Blessed be. I invite our practitioners to stand as we go into prayer. Breathing into this moment. Allowing myself to become fully present to the emotions that are flowing through me. Feeling the movement of my breath. Feeling the heartbeat within me. I recognize that there is one power, one presence, one divine intelligence and activity. And this one in and of itself is infinite. It is love. It is peace. It is beauty. It is all the good that I can imagine and so much more. And this one in and of itself is never divided against itself. It is always fully present for itself. And I know that my life is an individualized expression of it. I get to choose. I get to individualize through my awareness, through my consciousness, how I show up in the world. And I know as this is true for me, this is true for each and every beloved in this sanctuary and beyond, individually and collectively. And with this awareness and with this knowing, I speak a word of blessing for each of us individually. I speak a word of blessing for each of us in the collective. I speak a word knowing as the external conditions appear chaotic, that there is that, the thing itself, which is calm, which is peace, which is love, always present. And I call this forth, I evoke this with my word, and I accept it. I stand up, I step forward, I open my heart, I open my mind, and I say yes. Yes. I accept. And I am so grateful for these teachings of science of mind that help me, that help us to clear the window, to open our hearts, to say yes to the goodness of life. And from this place of gratitude, I simply release, knowing the word is done, Spirit says yes, and I invite all to join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing in the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I can do on my own, because
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We all are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Thank you, thank you. Our practitioners are here to serve our community. So I'm going to ask our practitioners who are available for prayer after service to stand so that you can know who you can connect with immediately after service today. And they are available at other times as well. And as you've been seeing, they are available as teachers of our classes. I think those of you who have taken classes with our beloved practitioners, such as Michael in the Power of Your Word class, have the experience of getting to know our practitioners at a much deeper level. And I welcome this opportunity for us and for them. Thank you, practitioners. So now we're going to move into our conscious giving time. And I have my little, you can't spend this one here, but I do have my little representation of the gift that we give to this center. Our financial gift to this center helps us to be able to give classes, to do the activities that we currently do, and those that we're looking forward to doing as a collective in the future. So I invite us to take our gift, place it on our heart, and repeat with me. I joyfully celebrate the flow of God through me. I am grateful for receiving and giving to my spiritual community. I give thanks, always knowing God is my source, and so it is. Thank you.
You might slip, you might slide, stumble and fall along the roadside, but don't ever let nobody drag your spirit down. Remember, we're walking on to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around. You might slip, or again you might slide. You might stumble and fall by the roadside, but don't ever let nobody drag your spirit down. 'Cause we're walking on to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around. Learn from everyone, that's what this life is for. But don't ever let nobody take away from you. Don't ever let nobody drag your spirit down. 'Cause we're walking on to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around. Some say yes, some say no. Some wait and see which way the wind's gonna blow. Don't ever let nobody drag your spirit down. Remember, we're walking on to heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around. Get it, guys. Strange to you, might preach the gospel if I believe it's true. I can't ever let nobody drag my spirit down. Don't you know that I'm walking on to heaven? Won't let nobody turn me around. Oh, you might slip, you might slide, stumble and fall by the roadside, but don't ever let nobody drag your 'cause we're walking on the heaven. Don't let nobody turn you around. Don't let them do it.
Well, it's time for our gracious giving, and I cheated, so I'm going to pick who's going to pick. I'm coming for you, Dave.
Oh, is the only one left here. It's an International Rescue Committee. They help women and children in war-torn areas such as the Middle East and Ukraine, and much more on their website if you're interested. And I submitted this.
Yes, you did. That's why I cheated. Thank you. Do we have kids? Let them follow me up.
Announcement before we do that, before we bring the kids in. So Zach and I are doing a concert at Icons on Wednesday night. And I hope you'll come.
It'll be amazing.
So you can buy tickets online, or they're $17.50, and they're at the door as well. So please come out. It's concerts at 8:00, and come support Icons and us. I'd appreciate it.
Now the littles.
So today we talked about our intuition, and William's going to tell us what that is.
It is our inner wisdom.
Well, to seal our service, please rise, join hands if you are comfortable, and let's sing the peace song. Thank you.
With me, let there be peace on earth, a peace that is meant to be. With God as our center, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect